Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. Usually I wait until we're at another 1,000 subscribers before I do these type of channel updates, but I felt like this is really good news for me and has a big impact on my life. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and share it now. So as you can see from the title of the video, I do have a new job. Pretty quick turnaround. This is actually the fastest turnaround I've ever experienced after being laid off. So pretty happy about that. And the really cool thing about it for me, and something else that hasn't really happened before when I've had previous layoffs, is that people from the company called me, like people that I had worked with, leaders who are above me, like reached out and basically made it clear that A, you should apply and that we definitely want you back. And B, like I kind of said in the last video, or the last video about this whole situation, just made it clear that I was valued at the company. So I am now going to be a disruption communications manager, which basically means if any issues arise that prevent associates from being able to service customers, I'm responsible for assessing the situation and then figuring out how to communicate it to the enterprise in a way that allows them to be able to adapt and figure out how to make sure those associates are impacted as little as possible. So it's two pay grades above what I had before. So talk about failing upward. I'll take it. I'll take it. And I've been thinking about it a lot. I don't remember if I mentioned it in my last video. I think I did, but I'm pretty passionate about entrepreneurship. There was definitely a part of me when the layoff happened that said, you know what, this is it. This is the time. Just go ahead and go independent. Unfortunately, it's a bad time for me to do it right now. A few of you know already have been watching live streams. My wife has been sick. I've already had to take her. Uh, to the emergency room. I've already had to interrupt the stream to take her to the emergency room. And honestly, I've had to take her to the emergency room more this year than I ever have in our entire marriage. And doctors are still trying to figure out what's going on. And so it's just not a very good time for me to not be sure where our insurance is going to come from. If that wasn't a factor and I could just make money and I didn't wasn't responsible for the insurance, it would have been a harder choice about whether or not I would have taken this job. I might have just went on ahead and taken less money and been like, you know what, I'm just going to go on the entrepreneurship route and bet on myself. But the fact that I'm responsible for that, and it's a dicey time for us, and it's not like everything is completely straight with me either. Actually, I have a cardiologist appointment at the end of the month that hopefully, I appreciate y'all praying for me. I'm going to get some good news and I will finally be able to come off some of this heart medication. So really excited about that, really hopeful about that. But obviously stuff with my health, while it's in a much better shape than it was last year, there's still a lot more progress to be made and things that need to be done. So all of that comes into I really need to be able to hang on to my insurance, and I just did not feel comfortable with going independent and being in a position where whether or not I could keep my insurance would be dicey. So this came in a good time for me. Really happy that it worked out the way it did. And one of the interesting things that came out of those conversations is just a testament to how much I've focused on trying to do better and be better and demand more of myself. I've always been a person who didn't care about their career. I've always been a person who kind of just floated around and whatever happened with my job. And I just so happened to kind of climb upwards because I always wanted to show up well, So if you tell me, okay, hey, this is a task I need done. Well, okay, I want to make sure that it's done properly. I don't want to make myself look bad, and I don't want to make the people who put faith in me look bad, And so because of that, I've always been able to earn, a solid paycheck, but I've never been one of those corporate climber kind of guys where it's like, okay, I'm in this position and this is the next level up, and let me figure out how I'm going to reach that next level, and who are the what are the relationships I need to cultivate in order to ensure that I'll be able to reach that next level. I've never been that type of guy. I just want enough money to keep food on the table and a roof over my head. Be having a child will change you. Having a child will change you, and it hasn't made me a corporate climber, but it has made me really take a step back and look at myself and say, am I am I making the most out of my talents and my gifts? And what is my child going to see when she looks at me? And so that's kind of what from that thought is where a lot of stuff you all see has come from, as far as me trying to start this YouTube channel and get more involved in entrepreneurship, and just trying to do better overall. Because when I grew up, I saw my father working, I saw him pushing, I saw him dedicating himself to a craft, and I feel like it's really, really important for my daughter to see a father who is at least attempting to accomplish his dreams. Because how can I ask that of her, if I'm not asking it of myself? And so anyway, that's kind of the wavelength that I'm on. I think this job will be it. Once this runs its course, whether it's another round of layoffs or whatever, I should be set up where I can be independent, and that'll have the advantage of as well of Samantha being mentally prepared for me to go on this road, also, because she's very much so a punch in, punch out kind of girl, 9 to 5. Entrepreneurship absolutely terrifies her. She hates the risk involved. She loves knowing what her check is going to be every 2 weeks. So she's never been happy about the idea of me doing that full time. But, being able to do this in this structure where I'm like, hey, babe, this is it. All right. This is the last go round. It's allowing her to get much more comfortable with it. So I'm happy. I'm happy that things have worked out this way, and I'm excited about the future. Hope all of you are doing well also. Take care.